Hi, you guys. Welcome to my channel, My Vagabond Style. I'm Debbie, and today I'm going to work in the random glue book. This is the second book that I've done a random glue book, and it was pretty popular, so I brought it back, and I'm glad because I call this my no stress random glue book because it's just, I can put whatever I want in it. It doesn't have to make sense. I try to like down the line make a story of it, but like the first thing I put in it, it has no rhyme or reason. So I haven't done the cover yet. We'll do that. This is just an old realtor book that it was a periodical. It was like it came out every month. When the month was over, they just threw them away. So I always try to grab the ones that they're going to throw away at the end of the month. The first thing I do is put the background in, like possibly paint like this, or I will even sometimes do this is old scrapbook paper, ugly scrapbook paper that I've had around forever and just never really liked because by the time I get done with it, you probably won't even hardly see this paper. If I don't do that, sometimes I do background pages with jelly prints that I've done. I'll take copies of those jelly prints or use the originals. So that's the first step that I do. And when I did this last time, I don't think I did any of the backgrounds while we were on camera. So I thought today that I would go ahead and do some because I have done a few off camera, like this one's ready for the next step. And then I have another one here that's ready for the next step. Originally, I didn't do it because I thought maybe you guys would find that boring, but I got several requests that you want to see me do the paint on the background. So we're going to do that today. And then I usually choose 2 or 3 different color paints. And then I take a piece of wax paper. Lots of times I use my finger and just finger paint, but lots of people don't like to finger paint. So I thought I would be civilized and use a brush. So those other ones I did this morning. And then what I do is I just take a palette and I'll put out a couple of the colors that I wanted. And I'll just squeeze some out. You know what I think? What I want to do on this one is use this is kind of like a gold and a red. I'm going to use these 2 colors together, and then I'll come back with the blue maybe on the next step. So let me try that and see how this works. A lot of times I'll just put both colors on my brush and see what happens. And if I'm here by myself, a lot of times I take way more time than what I'm doing right now. But if you don't have a lot of time, just smear it on there because it'll turn out no matter what. You don't have to be precise. You don't even have to like some of the ones that I did in the other book, you can see what's underneath it. I didn't even hit all of the edge on it and they turned out fine. You could actually even probably do like a brayer on this. You could use a sponge. Um, yeah, whatever you want to get the paint spread on here. Like I said, you don't have to worry about all the edges. Most of the time when I do it, I'll do both sides the same color or close. Just because a lot of times when I do these spreads, I like for them to be cohesive. I just need to put another piece of paper under here. Because sometimes if you don't do this, they will stick together. I'll put this over here. I'll hold it maybe. Let's see what's going on in my world. For those of you interested in my health update, I did receive my monitor in the mail, my heart monitor. I had a little heart issue, nothing, just timing. Got to figure out my timing issue. God willing, I don't think I'm going to die tomorrow, but Just need to get it under control, you guys. I was in AFib and had to go to the ER. So anyway, it's all good there. Working on that. What else? My sister is going to be moving, and so my dad is going to come stay with us for like 5 or 6 weeks. And so that just came up. I'm excited about that. I think he's lived with them for 3 or 4 years now. So they just why they get moved, he's going to stay here with us. So that will be fun. And other than that, not a whole lot going on. Oh, it is date night tonight. My husband and I are going to go to the pool, and then we're going to go to happy hour and have dinner at the clubhouse. So that'll be fun. And you know what? I have a lot of extra paint here. I'm going to smear on just a little bit more on this side. Let's see, we'll put a little more here. Now this is where I need to make sure that it's dry before I close it because I do not want the pages to stick together right here. It looks really yellow, but it's actually gold. So then I just throw my brush in the water and I'm going to move that aside. So that's the first step, you guys, is just to get some paint down on here. Just to get some color, paint, whatever, just put something down there. I'm going to use the heat gun to dry this off and I'll be right back. The next thing I like to do is like stencil or stamp on it. So let me grab some supplies. All right, so I am going to use this one, I think, this stencil, and probably some black. Let's use black ink. I have on order from Temu some of those brushes. I have just one brush and I love it, but it's blue. So I'm going to have to use a sponge here, which will work. It'll be fine. I think. Let me try it. We'll see. You know what? I found this one. I'm going to try using this one. I haven't used it in a really long time. I didn't even remember I had this black one. But these brushes just work so much better. Yeah, my Temu order got, I don't know what happened to it. It said it was in California. And then that was like on the 4th. It's now the 9th, I think it is. And there's no update. So then I got a message that said yesterday that said, well, we're checking on it. We'll let you know. If it doesn't show up, we'll refund you. No, I just want it to show up. I've got really fun stuff coming. Okay. I like it. Let's put a little more up here in the corner. Okay, I think that's good enough. We'll stop there. I can always go back and add more down the line, like on the very end if I decide it needed it, but you may or may not even see it. Now you can do the stencils or you can do, I do it 2 different ways. Like sometimes I do the stencils first, sometimes I do my mixed media salad, which is just like the bits and pieces, scraps. Here's a nice box of scraps. So like here, I would even put like a piece of this on there. This would look pretty. I don't really want that white on there. Something like that. It actually probably looks pretty good here. I'm adding another color in there. Maybe I don't like that. Here, like I could add a piece of this. Just right here. And I'll use, because this is acrylic paint, I won't use a glue stick right now. I could, I've done it before, but I just think it sticks way better with the art glitter glue. We'll just put a little bit here, and then I'll put maybe a little on the other side. Like maybe up there. And what I like about this book is I can just pick it up and, you know, whatever I'll flip through and whatever I feel like working on, I'll work on. So most of the time when I jump into this book, I don't look to see if there's, you know, a page I need to paint and do the first part of it on, you know, like step by step. I might jump in and this already had paint on it, and I'll just go, okay, well, I'm going to add a little texture to it, and I'll throw little bits and pieces down on it. I may carry on at that point, or I might decide, you know what, I just want to leave it for now and I'll come back to it in 2 months. It is really no like time frame. I think that one that I had worked on from like 2016 or 17, the one I just finished. But I really didn't get serious with that one until we started doing this together. So at this point here, I would be done with that one and maybe try to do, you know what, let's do this one. That's just scrapbook paper. So this one I could go ahead and stencil if I wanted, or let's reverse it up. Let's go ahead and put some of the bits and pieces and then I'll stencil. We just need to decide like what color we want to put on here. Sometimes you could even use stuff like this. You don't have to be too picky with it because it's not really a big deal, you know. Whatever happens, it's kind of fun just to see how it evolves. So this was just something from a Stampington magazine. So like this, if you don't like the torn look, you can cut it. Just cut it into squares that you might like, or rectangles, or whatever shapes. And then we'll just throw them on there. They don't have to be perfect because this is no stress. I kind of like those. You can put things upside down. Okay, so this is scrapbook paper. I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite tool, which is the glue stick. And now I'm going to figure out what stencil we'll use, and we'll take it from there. Could use this one. It almost looks like a street map, doesn't it? I'm going to use the blue on this. So at this point, what I would do is go ahead and put like some sort of focal point. So like a main image on it, and then I leave it and come back to it. Usually, I don't usually continue working on it. Um, I think because I kind of know what I've laid down, and through the week I might think about something and go, oh, that might look good on that, and so I'll come back to it. Let's see, these are all people. Okay, this is my people basket, so that's the wrong one. Okay, this basket is just objects usually. And there are some people in here, but the people that are in here would not be my altered people. So I do altered people, and I like to keep those images separate so that I'm not um, going through them over and over when I know I want to save those for something else. This gal is so good, but she's so big. I keep saying that I'm going to use her on something, and I just haven't. Um, oh, this one might be good. Okay, here, look at this. I like this for a couple reasons. It's a street, and like that kind of looked like a street map to me, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put these girls down and come back to that later. So when I do that, I just put a little bit of glue on the back so that if I need to move them, I can. So they're going to go there for now. I have another one that I had put my focal images on and that we can go back to, which was this one right here. I didn't have anything in this book yet, so I kind of wanted to get a little farther on one of the pages, so that was this one. I was doodling some of my fodder the other day, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to hold these out because they might look good on this page, which I think they do. I do want to put maybe like this grass down here, but I want to cut his face out because I want his face to be looking like it's in the grass, in the fodder grass. Yeah, I'm going to put it right there. I'm just going to have it a little bit lower and I'll come back and cut the grass. Maybe I just want to cut it now. I'm going to make the grass a little shorter. I'm mowing the lawn. Okay. There. That way he's good. Maybe I could put a little bit more of this back in there. I could have probably picked him up and moved him down farther, but this will work. This one I'm going to go back and use this. A little stronger glue. And then I have a little extra grass, so maybe I could put some up here. I could see if you were like maybe only had one or two books that you were working on, it might be a little easier to remember what pages you needed what for, but I usually can remember what I want to do, what needs something. If you haven't watched my fodder videos, there's a playlist for the fodder, so be sure and check it out. It's pretty fun. Okay, and then I'll go back to the other one we worked on last time too, because it's kind of halfway done. It was this one right here. And while I was looking through some stuff, I thought, you know what? This might look pretty good behind here. But I think I might curve this a little bit. And I'll do this one right here. I think I might move this up. Oh, that came right off. Yay. That's the non-committal glue stick. Okay. Hopefully I don't need to get under it. I think I'm just going to glue stick it because maybe it'll peel up if I want to get under it. He is all excited to go on this train, isn't he? There will be something else down below here. Not sure what it is. In fact, I kind of feel like I need to leave this up right here because if I see some sort of road or track or something, I might want to put it under there. So I'm just not going to let it adhere real well right there. Okay, you guys, this page that I just did, I used this acrylic paint that is a little bit higher quality than traditional craft paint, you know, that you get at like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And it's a little shiny, it's a little more sticky. This is why I don't like to use this, but I'm limited right now because I don't have all my paints here. Remember my beautiful page? Well, in the short amount of time that I had, I didn't keep the paper between it. It's stuck together. And so when I pulled it apart, my beautiful page is like this. So I just want, you know what? I'm keeping it real because honestly, I could have tore this page out. You would have never seen it. But it's not true to what happens here. So it's not that big of a deal because what's going to happen now when I put my image on here on either side, it will cover it. I'll just make sure that it's covered. I could even try to patch it a little bit. Um, here's the pieces. So it happens, you guys. Sad as it is, but I will show you how we work around that, what we do. So never fear. Okay. I don't know if I'm like making you feel better or me feel better. But anyway, we'll come back to that. I just need to like lick my wounds for a minute. I was also thinking some more of my fodder on this one might be kind of nice. I had just done these. I was throwing away a magazine and I was like, oh, but wait, there's a picture of food right there. I can't remember, it had the chives in it and whatever it was, but I couldn't just throw them away. So I couldn't just throw the image away. I kind of like those just like they're flying through the air. Here's one more that I did. Yeah, let's put these on there and kind of finish it off. So the fodder is just fun because, you know, if you don't want to spend money on stickers or whatever, just invest in some pens and use your old magazines. There, it's like you're kind of flying through the air. I'm going to put one more up here. And we get to use the beautiful fodder. Let's go ahead and put something on this one. We'll get our, ooh, look at this. This was some more fodder I did with that same page. It might work on there. That's cool. Okay. You know what? Let's use her, you guys. I'm going to just cut it so that I can put this other part of her hand on here, on that side. And I think I want to use this. Yay! I'm so happy I can use her. Seriously, I don't know how long I've had her for. A while. I like to cut them just so I don't have to fold them in the crack there. And then this, she will definitely be put in here with art glitter glue. And probably, I'll do a mix. I'll do a both. Art glitter glue and a glue stick. It's not that the glue stick doesn't hold. The glue stick will hold, but I just don't know for how long. I feel like The more permanent solution is the art glitter glue. And then I'll put this right here. Not quite sure what we'll put on this side. You know what? Let me grab my Collage Soup book of flowers, my flower power, and let's look through that and see if I can use anything from there. Okay, there's the flower power. Let's just see what we have. I know that I cut out, okay, so this page here, I was testing my paper to see what came out the best as far as on my copier. And then I cut some out. So I know I cut these out somewhere. Look at that, that's a copy. So pretty. And this was a copy on regular paper. Not very good. Paper I use is linked in the bottom from my affiliate link from Amazon. Oops. Okay. Here are these. Let's see if these look good. I kind of think those are cool. What do you guys think? Maybe like something like that. I don't know, I might be able to use some of these on the other side, but for now, let's glue these in. It's so nice when you already have things cut out. It's kind of a bummer trying to store things that are cut out because you can't remember exactly what you have. So, however, I have to show you guys this. I started doing the rooms, the wacky rooms, and so I've needed a lot of really small stuff, right? And I thought, okay, I cannot find them because I was keeping them in this right here. And so every time I needed an image, I would dig through, never knowing what I had, right? So if you guys have any of your mom's old photo albums and you want to take the pictures out of the photo albums and scan them, let me show you what I did. Oh my gosh, this is changing my world right here. So these are my friend had given me some, thank you, Chris, had given me some pictures of that they were getting rid of old family photos. So I saved those and I put them in a certain envelope all together. I took them out of here. And then I put all my little images for my rooms in here. It is a game changer, you guys. I try to put like all the similar things together. This is like all food. This is just like objects. Isn't that awesome? These are all people. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. So anyway, don't throw these. These are the kind, I don't know if you know what these are, but especially if you're young, there we used to put our pictures in there. Pictures were things that we actually took a camera and sent off and got developed, and then we actually had to wait for the photos. So there's a lot of bad photos back in the day. Okay, enough of the history lesson. We're moving on. And I could go and like maybe doodle around here. That's like the last step is to put a, go in and mark make, doodle, or put like a sentiment on there, you know, some sort of words. But I don't in my collage work, I don't use a lot of words in mine. So it's usually a little bit of doodling around the edge, which I could be brave and do that right now. Let me do that. Let me grab my pens. I don't know, I think maybe I might just kind of draw on here and make this so you can see it a little more. So here's where I get quiet because I'm concentrating. You guys that don't have a channel and that you're watching, like it's it's hard for some of us. I think some people are naturally good at it, but it takes work for me to be able to talk and create at the same time. If you think about it, when you're doing your artwork, you're probably just hanging out, maybe got some music on, just kind of into it. Where when we're making these videos, it's a whole different ball game. You gotta multitask, right? Your brain is kind of on overload here, trying to do both. At least mine is. So I think what I'm going to do is the next time we get together for the random glue book is I will repair that page and we'll work on that together so you can kind of see what we're going to do for that. It's probably sticking together again as we're speaking. Let me check on it. No, it's good. But I will store it because it's so warm here. I'm going to store it with some wax paper between it so it doesn't get any worse. And I think I just need to invest in a little more paint. Um, Maybe buy a whole new set of just the craft paints, the basic set. All right, I think that's good. I hope you enjoyed the random collage glue book. Please consider subscribing. It costs you nothing. It's just like a like or a follow. And give me a thumbs up, you guys. It really helps the algorithm. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.